You're a hero, right? The one Rasho was looking for, if I'm not mistaken. He told me that if you showed up, I should send you to QC and Crick.
What?
Why? Bugger to find now. Nobody tells me anything around here. You'd be better off asking QC himself. I'm always surprised that people in this zone say bugger. Did they send us to the town we just came from?
I think so.
Where's Crick? Oh no, it's up in the Onokoro. Onokoro. Except the teleport to Onokoro. I'm right there. Ah, you must be the Warrior of Light. Rasho speaks very highly of you. In fact, there is something that we should like to discuss. All will be revealed in due course, but I feel a change of venue is in order. Wait. Pray, wait for us at the foot on heaven and high.
Bro, what the fuck?
Couldn't you just have been there? Oh, it's just right here, I think. Otherwise,
it is, but like, what?
to do a quest where you go somewhere else to then get sent somewhere else immediately. At least we can fly. This looks like...
Whoa!
This looks like the fucking...
Jenga.
RV park Tetris blocks from the Ready Player One book. Magnificent, is it not? But as you may have guessed, we did not call you here to admire the view. There's a large man here.
That's who you were just voicing. That's Rasho.
Well, I was voicing the other guy because I didn't remember his name. So I assumed the guy that sent us here was talking to us, not a new third character already.
Sorry.
I'd expect every line of dialogue to be a new person so far.
Rather, we would like you to help us explore heaven on high. Perhaps it is best we explain from the beginning. Kyosei, if you would be so kind.
Now, a few nights passed while I was rearranging supplies in one of the storerooms. I happened across a trap door that I had never noticed before. Upon opening it, I found a tunnel leading underground. The passage led to a chamber lined with an array of bizarre machinery, all glowing and humming. Against my better judgment, I reached out and touched one of the devices and was enveloped in a blinding light. The next thing I knew, I found myself in a series of ornate hallways, and I was not alone. There were hideous fiends like with gnashing fangs and grasping claws everywhere I looked. It was all I could do to run for my very life, until I chanced upon a shining orb. As I approached it, I was once more blinded by light.
We found him sprawled out in the hidden room below the storage shed. After he came to and shared his experiences, we examined these machines he found. It turns out they are a form of gateway that leads inside heaven on high. And therein lies the problem.
Being from Eorzea, you may not be aware that this tower and the island on which it stands are regarded as sacred. It is believed that when Kami first came to the Ruby Sea, they created Onokoro and built heaven on high as a stairway connecting the earth and their home high above the clouds.
The devout are loath to set foot on Onokoro for fear of incurring the wrath of Kami. To enter the lower tower would be an even greater blasphemy. We Confederates, on the other hand, come and go as we please. Since no one else had settled on this island, we claimed it for ourselves. It takes more than a few silly folktales to scare us, after all. But imagine what might happen if people who do set store by such tales learned we had been poking around in heaven on high. If they heard we were claiming this, that this holy ground was in fact filled with hellish beasts.
At best, may they never trade with us again. And the most fanatical among them might be so bold as to come here with anger in their hearts and murder in their eyes.
However, we do not dare ignore the threat posed by the denizens of the tower. If Kyosei could escape, what's to stop those creatures from doing the same? Therefore, I would conduct an investigation, quietly. If we dedicate large numbers of Confederates to storming the tower, it won't be long before people start asking questions. On the other hand, few would notice the absence of an outsider such as yourself. And when the fighting starts, you alone are worth a dozen or more of my best men.
No one will ever
One more
notice the
thing.
Warrior of Light going missing.
Strange magics govern the tower, suppressing the strength of all who enter. But if anyone can overcome such hindrances, it's you.
For what it is worth, I shall be on hand to provide what little assistance I can. I will leave the exploration of the tower in your capable hands. Your giant, capable hands.
Kyosei may not be for the fighting sort, but his knowledge of heaven on high should prove useful.
I will also be operating the teleportation device to provide entry to the tower. Thankfully, you'll be much more better prepared than I was to face the horrors that lurk within. When you are ready, come and find me by the storeroom.
Are you ready for the horrors that lurk within?
Hell yeah.
Eh?
Get those horrors inside me. I don't like that they call themselves Confederates.
No,
Why?
not fond of that one.
Hey, look, at least they're not the StarCraft Confederates.
Yeah, haha. I take it your preparations are complete. Before you enter heaven on high, I should tell you more about the magics that Rasho mentioned. The scouts that we sent inside all claimed they could feel their very aether being sapped, and that their weapons were somehow robbed of their potency. Even their most forceful blows did little more than graze their enemies. You're familiar with such a phenomenon? Intimately.
Oh.
Cardinally.
Ooh.
Is that so? How strange. Kind of enfeebling magic can only have been achieved by... Excuse me, I have a tendency to ramble. It's hardly a time for me to start hypothesizing. Luckily, there is a way to circumvent the tower's magical field to some degree. Please, take this with you and allow you to wield what is known as an Empyrean Aether Pool weapon.
Whoa!
It was discovered inside the tower and slowly channels a person's aether into the form of a blade, spellcasting tome, or what have you. The longer an Empyrean Aether Pool weapon is used, the more powerful it becomes. I must stress, however, that even with one of these weapons, progress from one floor to the next will be far from easy. Doubt. Exploration will largely involve traveling upwards using the teleportation devices inside, which are likely to be heavily guarded. Considering the dangers you will face, we have decided to restrict the investigation to the lower levels for the time being. Once you reach the 30th floor, please report your findings to Rasho and myself. We shall then discuss whether it is safe to continue past that point. Although we shan't be joining you on the expedition, we Confederates are eager to lend you our support. No, thank you. If there's anything you need, do not hesitate to ask.
Just give it 4 years, they'll be gone.
It was just a war for states' rights, you see. You now have access to heaven on high. You may enter solar with... There we go. Y'all ready?
I am prepared.
Too bad.
I correctly emptied out my thing this time.
Commence these nuts.
Do it. Commence the jiggling.
I'm gonna get my Nebula request rescinded rejected now for talking shit on Big Joel last episode.
Harsh.
They
I
ignored
do
me.
love this design.
Oh, why is this one bigger?
Why is this one bigger?
Okay.
Do you know it's bigger yet?
Yeah, I mean, the character info screen is bigger.
Is it?
I think it is.
Yeah, because it has a new mechanic, Magicite.
Oh. I was like, everything kind of looks the same to me.
I can't believe you.
My magic brush looks
I
very
think you
different.
start at 60 here. Starting at 60 is much more tenable.
Floating shark.
Oh!
Ah, its face. Why does it animate like that? I didn't like that.
It's heavenly, and leave it alone.
No.
You're heavenly. Ah,
That's
my mind.
It's definitely an insult now. Who suffered that slug to live?
Did anyone tell you, Keith, that you can scale the windows?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't remember if anybody told you that.
I click right stick to do it.
Ah.
Right stick scales. I think it scales up the window that's currently selected until it loops back around to the small size.
Nice.
I often scale things larger. So I can actually read it. This is a point of argument with Toaster on no playing games at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you bought all that
What?
screen.
About
it's
scaling?
Yeah, it supposedly defeats the purpose of a high resolution thing if I make the text big afterwards, so as if it's on a lower resolution screen. But I'm like, I just want to be able to read it. I don't need ice drain.
Yeah, but now you're getting less.
Ooh, the big room.
Whoa! What?
Wow.
I love the big room.
This is
What
unnerving.
the fuck?
This is actually unnerving how big the room is.
It's just like a free-for-all fight? What the hell's going on here?
The lack of supports, too. Big boom.
Oh yeah, this one introduced fake exits.
What?
Fake
If you
exits?
stand on a fake exit, it explodes.
Rude.
Oh. That's actually kind of funny. I like that.
Remove all traps.
I'll teach
Yep, that was a
you
fake
this.
exit.
Oh. How do you determine real exits? What is the...
I used a trap
What's the
remover and it disappeared.
Oh! Well, I guess then the answer is just to study what the real one looks like and keep that in mind.
They might be identical. I'm not actually sure.
Usually there's like something, there's like one subtlety about it that makes it not the same. Like they'll do something like, oh, the color of the light is just a little off.
Or
Like,
you could
just-
be a dick.
That's true. That's an option.
Like neither of you guys are gonna fight the puffer.
I'm going straight towards it.
Not you, I meant Opa and Largo just both were like, nah, to the exit.
We're gonna explode. Here it comes. Skadoosh.
Oh, that kind of explosion.
What does that mean to you?
You won't get me with that language.
What? Don't know what you mean.
Exactly. Ew. I don't like that thing. The heavenly Oreo.
No. We're in Japan. This is supposed to be your shit.
What? What is that supposed to mean?
Andrew
This-
loves yokai.
You're invested in this stuff.
I mean, I don't know how invested you think I am in Japanese culture. I like it. I think there's some cool stuff about it, but I'm not like a fucking know-it-all about their mythology and stuff.
All right, don't go to Japan with Andrew.
Why would I
Not
know
be a
that
good
shit?
tour
That's
guide.
like,
He
that's
will
like,
not keep you safe
I
from
live
the
there.
Ningyo.
it's like I live there shit.
Ow. I thought that was loot or something.
Oh, the spot
a
on
trap.
the floor?
Yeah.
That means I use the mark all traps thing.
Uh-huh.
There's a triumphant song.
This feels like a Dynasty Warriors song.
Sure. Why can't it be both? Oh! Wait, where did they? Oh, they went to the other side.
They'll be
Opposite
fine.
side.
We're too busy being really useful and cool.
Oh, yeah, not us.
Nah. You know what you did.
Damn. Wait, do I even have them? No, I do not.
Oh, new enemy, I guess.
No. Whoa. Oh, nope.
Both
Dead
the symbols
enemy.
were lit up, so I thought that meant that we'd be done.
They keep respawning even after that.
Yeah.
Oh.
That way you can technically grind, but it's not that useful.
Why would you do that?
I guess you can get a small chance of more drops from doing that. If you want more pomanders.
Walrus.
Fat Yuki.
The good thing I can't see the damage meters. Or I'd be sad.
Why?
Because I'm not doing any damage.
Oh. Damn. Can't believe no damage.
I usually just straight up can't get a spell off. Ah, it's horrible side mouth.
Yeah, I saw that. Oh, I didn't think about the fact they did have to go back and like add these weapons into
For
this
the
mode.
past classes. For the new classes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like a brush seemingly. And it's like, this character is newer than this zone. Imagine if they're just like, you can't play any new classes. It's not compatible.
You're not a second class citizen like a blue mage. They wouldn't do that to you.
It's like the more features they add to the game, the more it just becomes wildly... It's gotta be like a crazy inertia to try to add anything to this game with how many things you have to make it back compatible with. Because you essentially have to program it into the game like it was always there. Or a lot of the game would just shit itself. All the traps have disappeared. That's even more than making them visible.
Yay.
Yeah, but the make visible also shows the treasure.
Whoa. Fancy chest. What do we get? What do we get?
Murder.
A piece of a cursed horde.
The beacon of return begins to glow.
Snick.
Kill him with art. Draws you pregnant. I'll do it.
Damn. Such violence on this channel.
Yeah. Auto heal disabled.
Auto heal disabled.
I assume that's just the heal over time that's always active.
Yeah. So if you didn't bring a healer, that would suck.
Back in my day, we didn't have auto heal, and after every single combat encounter, you had to sit down and drink water for 30 seconds.
That's why you brought a mage.
Back in my day, you always had to sit down and read your book in order to cast more spells, because mana was based on regenerative meditation. It was tough, man. Hard
you had to
times.
pay for Sao in C3.
Back in my day, I had to go pay some guy so I could walk fast.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many old elements of older RPGs that are like, it goes beyond just being crunchy and goes into like, why would anyone think to even put that in a video game that somebody has to play?
Spite,
like,
man.
Like, sincerely, what drove you?
Someone said no to their idea, so they came up with a better idea.
Narrator, it was worse.
Oh, man.
Auto heal. I'm afraid you will find that the auto heal is disabled.
It really throws me off that a painter's color inversion is infinite. Doesn't seem to have a time limit to it. Or at least it's a very long time limit or something. I think it might genuinely just be some stacks that last forever. So I'll press like the inversion thing that makes me all my spells cast. They do more damage, but take longer to cast, and it makes me press a different set of buttons to add all together too. Which seems silly. They might as well just replace the original buttons and not use much hotbar. There, I fixed the game for you developers. But I will have like switched. It only lasts like 3 spells, and then it's over. But then I'll be so bad at getting a single long spell cast off that I'll be like, it'll be 2 floors later, and I'm still trying to get rid of this fucking buff I cast. And
I'm a big proponent of skills becoming other skills reactively.
Yeah, I'll sit here and spend the whole fight pressing the wrong button at the beginning of the fight and not being able to get a spell off.
Recently, WoW added a single button mode for just like condensing your entire DPS rotation into one button, and it is amazing.
It actually makes no sense the game works this way. Like, you have a single target spell and an AoE spell, and each of those spells rotates between 3 different spells when you cast them. So those buttons already become other buttons over time.
They have the tag.
Yeah. But then when you cast the inversion thingy, you then have to press a different single target spell and multi-target spell to do the same damage rotation, but with the other buttons. It's like, well then, but you also can't press the normal buttons anymore. They go away. The normal button gets screwed away in this state, and you can only cast the upgraded buttons. So then why don't they just replace them then if they work the same way and serve the same purpose as the same 2 buttons, and you can't choose which one to press? Like, just fucking replace them then. Give me more bar space. It makes no sense.
More bar space for emotes.
Well, can you make it? Well, I mean, I need more bar space for all the fucking later cooldowns you end up unlocking as you level up. Haha, I'm a little otter. Like, I need the bar space for all the additional, like, long cooldowns you get every 10 levels or so that I mostly don't realize I have. Because I don't even notice when they only unlocked in the first place.
What's wrong with your faceplate?
What's wrong with your face? I'm a little otter still. Have fun. Yeah, what's extra infuriating is that when you play PvP modes, a lot of people's damage rotations do get turned into one button, and it's functional. And in some of the classes' cases, it feels functionally identical. So it feels like they just have you have a bunch of separate buttons to make you feel like you have more of a class, and not because there's actually any reason to not have them be one button. Because there are certain certain attacks you just will only ever cast in the same order over and over again.
She's so high.
She's so heavy.
I believe you.
The Beatles made that song for Dax. So, the first 10 floors pose a little obstacle to our intrepid friend. Or should I say, the Warrior of Light. You recognize the most recognizable character in this entire setting?
Wow.
After all, this is what Eorzeans call such a hero, is that not so? A title befitting the one who triumphed over the Black Wolf of Garlemald.
I had no idea Western affairs were within your purview. Just how far does your reach extend? Huh. You've too many secrets for my liking. But very well. Have it your way.
And have it my way I shall, for this is merely the beginning. Kakarot. You cannot carry any more Allegan tomestones. Stop making fun of me. We have to go deeper.
Too deep.
Cause I'm in too deep. Okay.
Got
So
the
Bird has said for the fourth
potpourri.
consecutive time that he fixed his computer now. Do you think he's right yet? Keeps thinking he figured
No.
it out. And I don't believe him. I'll never believe him.
Don't you believe it?
I accidentally triggered Barochi discourse again.
Oh, great. How'd you do that?
Just mentioned because there was somebody that was like taking issue with
Silence.
people being so into the character, and people were like kind of being like playful about it, and I'm like yeah, his total indifference to human suffering is really a selling point.
Look, for some people, Dexter was very popular.
Someone kind of like pushed back on that reflexively, but didn't really talk about it, and I'm like, no, I'm right. That was the point of that character. Like we introduced
Yeah,
a
but that's so
character
fun. And honestly,
who
what is
is
life without
overseeing
fun?
horrible things in a very like Nazi scientist coded way, even if we're like they're the type of person that would be in the like the Nuremberg trials under the pretense that they were just following orders. Like when it came to like how things went in the monster. It's a corpuscle. The corpuscle. I love having the corpuscle. Ow, it slapped me with his leaf. Like in Cape Escape 2 when we introduced that character, I'm like, there's a different character that if this really was like, no, it's for its own good, we don't have a choice. Like, there's you could characterize the scientist in a completely different way, and still have them fulfill the same role in the story. Like they could genuinely be like, we can't let him out because of all these other reasons and stuff, but it's fucked. Like, but no,
Yeah.
he didn't care.
One Piece does that.
Sometimes a character just sucks. But then a portion of your audience is like, oh, he's autistic, I love him. And you're like, that's not explicitly true necessarily, but also you're then being like, I relate to him on one vector. I will pretend the rest that's his entire character and that none of the other stuff is going on.
We made him goofy and funny. I can't see him as a villain anymore.
That is the bit of the
This is like
struggle.
an
That is the bit of the struggles that you and I both lean towards comedic beats on a regular basis in every series, and just the fact that a character made you laugh could make them endearing, even though they didn't actually do anything good or even likable. They were just situationally funny. If you have no idea what we're talking about, go watch Cape Escape on No Playing Games, the channel that we put a lot of work into, mostly Ka. But like, it dominates my brain all week, every week while it's happening.
Good.
I think about it a lot, in the way where I don't contribute that much, except for when I show up. That's less true this year, where I had to like, I was more involved in planning. Because I accidentally became load-bearing.
We love a good load-bearing twink.
Yeah. The load-bearing dread twink. Yeah, it's a project that we're all pretty... Yeah. It's a project we're all pretty proud of, with Cape Escape, Dead Laws, and Shattered Grail as our tabletop series, which have like a bunch of crazy visuals and they're really expensive to produce.
I had a good time with them.
There's a lot of elements
forward
to
to
it that where people, on a regular basis chats like, wow, not even Critical Role does that. Like a lot of like the top tabletop shows don't have elements of production that we do in some cases. Although they do have the appeal of a bunch of people being in a room in real life, which has its own upsides. Toaster often talks about the idea of flying everyone to one location to like binge record those kinds of things. And I'm like, one,
so expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive. I also like don't know if I could survive that long of a recording session of trying to do an entire season of the show in like 1 to 3 days, and like they're already long sessions now when they go on for like 4 hours for 2 episodes ish to record that and do the idle banter. Doing that like 12 times in a row in a few days would be incredibly exhausting. But I also think that the show, I think tabletop really benefits, even if it like might lead to like slight gaps in continuity or character motivation or just decision making moment to moment, because it's, you know, it's improvised and not scripted. I think there's a real upside to having a week off between each session in any tabletop thing, whether it's recorded or not, because you have like time to think about it. There's a lot of stuff that maybe it's just my brain, but I think it might be everyone's brain. When you're in it, a lot of stuff kind of blows past you a little bit, but then you have time to digest it all week and you realize stuff about what's going on in the story that you didn't necessarily realize while you were doing the last session.
And even from a GM perspective, that helps me like find narrative hooks with things characters did that I can.
That's also a thing, is you would not be able to prepare very well for anything other than a linear story if you didn't have the week off between each session.
Or a very bottled sandbox.
Yeah, I think that like I can see why it'd be enticing to be like, let's do what those other shows do, but overall I think that if we did that, it would just be a worse show.
Well, we got Phoenix Downs.
Serpent. Healers are supposed to be alive.
But what if I was the floor jockey instead?
That's one of the rules. That's one of the rules I was told that made me better at playing support in Overwatch, was that people made a point to tell me that like your number 1 job is to keep yourself alive, your number 2 job is to keep the other support alive. Then after that, you can think about the tanks and DPS.
Yeah, and no one ever learned that lesson.
No, I tried to stick to it. It's admittedly really hard to stick to a rule like that when if you ever tried to play something like Lucio, but other than that, I usually try to be alive at all costs. Bird's actually really good at that sometimes, where he'll be the mercy that fucking escapes every fight and runs back to spawn every time the team starts wiping, and it's like, how the wait a minute, do you have 0 deaths after we've wiped 7 times? You're like, what the fuck?
That's how I try to play my Rocket in Marvel Rivals, but it doesn't always go well.
Yeah. Rocket's weird.
Climb walls.
Wall climbing feels really good.
It does.
It's weird that part of Rocket's thing is that he kind of specializes in getting really close though and blasting somebody with his gun.
Yes, because he actually has really good DPS. If he can hit you, it's just very hard to do that unless they're in your face.
Yeah, which is the most dangerous place for it to be for the rest of his kit.
Yep. That's actually a fun risk reward. I like.
Yeah, he's interesting. I just wish that he wasn't the most brainless healer I've ever played.
Yeah.
Like, sincerely, they managed to give Marvel Rivals a healer that's even more brainless than Moira. Specifically, they made the most easy part of Moira's kit, her extremely powerful orb cooldown, his primary attack, or his primary heal, is he can just spam several of them at a time, all the time, and I'm like, what the you just kill the floor?
Yeah.
Jesus
now we go loot them all.
Christ. Oh my god.
He also popped they had an extra chance to drop treasure.
Ow.
Before he did that.
The bomb was, that fucking treasure was a bomb.
It's the bomb, yo.
Rude. I'm sad that Rocket is so fucking boring to heal as.
Yeah.
But now you got Gambit.
I don't know how he plays yet. I might never learn because we'll never play Marvel Rivals.
I'm down.
No one votes for it.
Vote for it, Andrew.
You don't vote for anything because you don't show up.
Oh, you mean on the weekends you want to play it? Okay.
Yes.
It's hard. Weekends are the only free time.
It's true.
You gotta use the weekend to hang out with your girlfriend that you hang out with every other day.
Yeah. That is how it goes.
I do feel bad. She has a lot of free time that she just has to do something with.
Yeah, that is kind of the main problem, is that there's a imbalance of what time means between us.
Oh, there's a fake exit. Which one's fake?
Gasp.
Where? Oh, hold on.
Can't just
Is Largo
one
going to
person?
the real one?
Can one person blow it up?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's like how that's like since she had a stroke and everything, it's like, oh, she can cook. Like that's like one of the things she can do. So it's like it's nice to have her for her to have an outlet, but at the same time, it's like there's so much fucking cooking coming at us, and it's like
Yeah.
entirely in the form of what is functionally leftovers, because it's just like, oh, here's a new the fridge is packed with more stuff that was cooked, and I'm like, what if I want to do something else though? At some point.
It's usually pretty, like, you know, it's of no obligation, essentially. It's just like, here's food. I usually take it for lunch.
Yeah.
And eat that, but it's just like, yeah, there's nothing. It's more of there's not much else she can do.
Yeah.
Like, she just doesn't have the motor skills to be able to do actual hobbies. So she's stuck doing like cooking, which requires far less precision hand movement
Yeah.
than, you
I
know,
mean, the
like
cooking is
arts and
fine.
crafts.
She just needs like a larger network of recipients.
yeah, it's almost like she needs to, like, I don't know, like do that kind of food drive donation thing where it's like make 100 pounds of food and then donate 25, like, or keep like 10% of it or something. Like, it's just because it's hard to eat all of it, and I don't know, I don't know what else I can do. Like, it's not like there's much you can. You can't use. We don't live in a barter economy. I can't just be like, hey man, I got like 5 pounds of food. Can you
Because one of those
give me
things-
chicken or
mutual aid
something?
network.
Like,
It becomes one of those things
And
where
then
you're
you
so
trade
such a
food for goods.
yeah, you know, with such a gauntlet of leftovers to eat through that you're like, I have to eat this every day if we're ever gonna get through it. And like,
basically.
What if I want just like an impulse thing, or what if I want to cook any of the groceries I have before they go bad, or even like, what if I'm just like as a matter of convenience, I'm just currently somewhere else and just want to eat while I'm there, and now I'm not hungry to eat, and then now what happens to the net volume of cooking in the house?
All right, they all have a debuff on. They die in one hit if we get them within the next 30 seconds.
Oh my god, it's like that one guy from
One Punch Man.
Paladins.
Oh.
The furry, the Ratchet and Clank.
Yep.
Did you just ask if
think we
there's
did it.
furries and paladins?
No, Pip.
Yeah, Pip.
Yeah, that's the only one I remember. I have gotten him drawn.
Pip is just clearly
reasons.
Ratchet,
Yeah.
and his ult, for some reason, is he polymorphs people into chickens.
Yep.
So you AoE polymorph a bunch of people into chickens, and then it becomes a group effort to try to kill them all as fast as possible before it wears off. It's a bit of a group effort thing where it's like it's high stakes because, if I remember correctly, turning them into chickens technically heals them. Like if they were low and and the chicken default has more health than the guy currently had, then they'll go up to the chicken health. So it can backfire if you and can undo kills that were about to happen if you do it wrong. But it does make them just completely vulnerable and useless for a bit, and everyone just needs to like coordinate to murder them. Pip was also like
Get them, they're frogs.
Pip is also kind of an example of somebody who was more fun to heal as than Rocket.
Pretty much everyone is.
Yeah.
I really enjoy Cloak and Dagger healing in Marvel Rivals.
I like Invisible Woman.
She is fun too.
Like I got the game
Still
to
need
play
to check
Rocket and only Rocket, but immediately switched to Mantis.
Yeah.
Immediately
I didn't
Mantis.
really
Like,
like
oh,
Mantis.
Mantis is pretty cool actually. Mantis
I
is
never
like
tried Ultron.
kind of Zenyatta.
It's so weird that Ultron's a healer.
Yeah, that is weird. Like Mantis is Zenyatta basically, where you can put like two different types of like buff. You can put like a heal over time or and a buff on people, and specifically you're just kind of like really aggressively fishing for headshots and stuff. Except she has a fucking like ramping mechanic where every time you get a headshot, she actively gets another like stack that she can cast on people.
I'm worried that Gambit's just gonna be Kiriko.
Oh no, I hate Kiriko. Kiriko's not fun even a little bit for me to play. I don't like trying to throw her kunai at people and have them be effective at all. And I don't love the stress of dealing with an ability like Suzu that is so high impact but high cooldown that you have to play it perfectly or you're throwing the whole match. But above all, I actually really just hate the fact that Kiriko has the worst feeling heal.
Yeah.
You throw the Hanafuda at people, and it's so low impact and delayed, and has such low feedback in the moment that you can't tell if you're doing it right. And since it has travel time, you also don't know if you've maybe already successfully healed that person and should stop and switch to somebody else, because the projectiles you've sent out that are taking several seconds will reach them and fully heal them. And so if you're still healing them in that time, you're wasting that time when you could have been throwing the additional Hanafuda at somebody else. And I'm like, I hate this character. Immediately hate this character. It feels so bad. But for a while, they've kind of been making every healer feel worse and worse to play in a way to me. And sometimes it feels like I'm the only person that doesn't like them. Because then they had Lifeweaver, who has the worst healing mechanic where you have to hold it down to charge it and then release it over and over again.
Ooh.
So you have to manually charge every individual heal like it's the Mega Buster from Mega Man. And you have to hold it down the whole time, and it's just like feels bad. My hand hurts from a single match of playing the Lifeweaver. But I think they switched it to they added a toggle option, but it still feels like shit to like have to preempt. Yeah, every time you're like, oh, I gotta heal now, you then start trying to heal, and then you cast it way later, like it's a spell in this game. And it's like, that feels really bad in Overwatch, to have to cast your heals at people.
That's out of place in a game that moves at that pace.
Yeah, it just feels really weird and wrong. But his heal feels like shit. And if I remember correctly, I played the new guy, Wuyong, and also just didn't make sense to me still. But then finally, after an entire expansion of me hating every new support when I main support, Iliari is like the fucking coolest character I've ever played. I love her. I love her so much. I have no idea which characters are meta or not, because I don't pay enough attention. I'm out of the Overwatch ecosystem. I unsubscribed from all the channels that care about that stuff because we had such a long gap between sessions that the information wasn't relevant. I'm like, I don't need to hear about every balance update if it's going to be like 4 more months before I play again. Oh, they spawned behind us.
The ones that spawn behind us aren't petrified.
Did we win, son?
Yeah. Where'd your son go?
Oh. You know, I like hero shooters. I would play a lot more of Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, Deadlock, and even Paladins if there was like in-group demand for it. But I will play none of them alone ever.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
I need to be invested in like trying to help my like friend teammates that I can like talk to and have some level of understanding with within the system, even if we can't fill out a whole group. But playing with a complete group of randos, I'm not personally invested in any of those people. But they will be mad at me. I'm like, so it's only downsides. I'm getting flamed and there's no like person I can confide in about what's going on. That like it's like, no, you're doing good or anything. And it's like I'm not helping anyone I care about win. This feels bad. Just actively
There's
unfun.
no way to improve by having people tell you what you're doing wrong. They'll just say that you're bad.
Yeah. Like as a support main, people treat supports as if they're just gonna magically make you invincible.
Or I think they think that good healers make a character invincible and don't realize it's that bad characters players attacking a character being healed is going to have a harder time to kill that
They
character.
just fail to understand that a healer has bandwidth. There's literally a limit to how much they can physically put out in healing at a time, and also if you're taking enough damage, you become the only person they're healing, which is also bad because they need to do other things. The Challenger has conquered the 20th floor, and it's only a matter of time before he arrives to confront you. May I suggest that? This one has dialogue. Yes, quite. In that case, I shall leave you to attend to your duties, as I return to mine. Fare thee well. This universe's log out sound. What if that played whenever somebody left the channel in Discord?
Oh, this feature that will come eventually, I'm sure.
Steered into my mind as one of the most frustrating matches that made me quit playing solo Overwatch was playing Attack on Route 66. And you have to go up that slope at the beginning of the level and turn left, right? Like that's the start of the level.
Yep.
We had a hamster on our team. The wrecking ball kept going up that slope through the archway. Like he would wrecking ball through the archway to the left, so around the corner through the enemy team, and then explode immediately. And it's like I can't. I was trying to explain to them. I can't stress enough. Like, as a healer, I can't just magically make you invincible, even if that's all I'm trying to do. Like, I need to be able to see you. You need to be able to avoid damage. Like, cover matters. Like, every single tank needs to be thinking about using walls to avoid damage, because they can't literally just eat everything forever, even if they're being main healed by both healers. Like, the enemy team can out-damage the healers, because characters are really strong at doing damage in that game. You have to actually mitigate some of the damage yourself, and not just be it by spamming your cooldowns, but actually physically avoiding it. Which hamsters are supposed to be good at.
The tools are available.
When I tried to explain that, like, just so we're clear, I as a support cannot magically make you invincible. People were like, actually, because I was playing with Baptiste. The fuckers. Like, well, actually, you literally have a button that does that. I'm like, that's not. And then I disabled voice chat. I disabled in-game voice chat on a system level in the game forever. So in that game, if I remember correctly, I currently have voice chat turned off, and I have the orange chat turned off, because that's just where people go whenever they're going to complain. They're going to complain about me to the enemy team. Because bad teammates will always just use orange. The only use for orange chat, besides occasional memes or funny acknowledgements of a thing that happens sometimes, which is a little human moment that is really rare. Orange chat in Overwatch is almost exclusively used just to talk shit about your current teammates to the enemy team. Like, can you believe these guys? Which is the most toxic thing you can possibly do in that game. So, like, there's no reason to even be in orange chat. You're just gonna see someone make you angry, basically. If people suck that much, I don't need to know.
I do hate orange chat. I hate that there's like value in being able to communicate to the other team in some instances, like that you're talking about. Like, if something goes wrong or there's something weird that just happened, it is kind of nice to be able to be like, okay, we're all seeing that, cool. But it is nothing but a toxic generator. It exists solely to create toxicity in the environment. It doesn't. There's no other. It's like
I think it should be removed from the game.
I do think it should be removed from the game, or I think you should make people pay for it.
Psychologically, it has no value. Like one of the only things that it has, I think in higher level games, its primary purpose is that high level players report cheaters that are on their team. Ah, I'm an otter. Oh no. Finally, my day has come. I'm a furry. I don't pay taxes and I have no responsibilities and nobody expects anything of me. I'm just a little otter.
Dream.
No, I think because there's a thing where high level players in several of the modes you can technically mechanically cause a draw to happen, but it's almost impossible to make it happen in a real match that's happening authentically. But high level players have so much control over the game that if people know the cheaters in the lobby, they will frequently make it an SR or SSR. They make it an SR neutral match by having all 11 of them gang up to make sure that the match becomes a draw and the one cheater can't stop them. So they will just refuse to compete. They will just force it to be a draw on a mechanical level without having to even report to moderators or anything to make it so that the match doesn't affect anybody's rank. And as you get higher level in that game, you see the same people all the time. So they know each other. They're like people that are competing against people that they know, that they recognize on a daily basis, because there's just only so many people in Grandmaster in the first place. So like they will just cooperate with each other. And on some level, I think they might even be somewhat less toxic because they fucking have to see each other tomorrow.
The anonymity drops away at that point.
Yeah, because there's so few players. Like you're all waiting 20 minutes for a match to even start because there's so few players to even play with. Final Fantasy XIV is kind of interesting because it managed to, on some level, cultivate a community that is actually like weirdly nice to new players and kind of less toxic in a lot of ways than you'd expect from any online community.
You get rewarded for doing it. It's worth it.
Yeah, they made a bunch of systems just around sprouts and the concept of mentorship and everything, and it fosters a situation where just people are nice enough that they might even genuinely wait for you to watch the cutscenes.
Insanity.
Yeah. That's a genuine, bespoke, intentional inefficiency, as opposed to like the rut that WoW players are in, where they just play.
Yeah, Titan.
He's so naked.
Yeah. Yeah, last year when they did the WoW remix, I went back and tried that, and I was kicked from raid groups for watching cutscenes.
Jesus.
I don't remember there being cutscenes to watch.
Yeah, and WoW? Yeah.
Yeah. That was like a later expansion thing. First you didn't do that.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah, the main raids do have like story cutscenes that air the first time you get there. Yeah, like when they're being like, "Oh, it's time for Sylvanas' redemption arc" and stuff like that. What my brain didn't register was the idea. I'm like, oh right, I always forget that LFG raids exists. I always forget that WoW genuinely has a matchmaking tier for raids, because I used to play old WoW where you just definitely had to have a guild for it, and and when I came back to play with Marty's guild, I obviously just stuck with that part of the game and that culture of it.
Yeah, I haven't had a proper raiding guild since back in vanilla when I was in the furry fill-in guild for the Penny Arcade guild.
Weird.
Whenever they were missing a member, they would pull in from our guild.
Huh. Weird.
Everyone's on standby.
Yeah.
For me, I'm just so used to the idea that WoW raids are hard too. That like it's in my brain shorts at the idea of there being like a easy mode match made version that's like basically the Final Fantasy XIV version of the game.
Right.
Where you just hop in and just kind of like mindlessly bash through everything, and like maybe one mechanic exists per fight. God, the expansion I played was so fucking overwhelming. The boss fights were so over-designed at this point. Like, I remember the game being hard in Burning Crusade, but at this point, like, there really is that thing where, like, they've gotten in the direction of, like, making the game for the mods. It's like, they know you're
actually, yeah.
They know that all the real raiders all have all these deadly boss mods and things installed, so they make them with that in mind, and they keep ramping up the complexity hilariously, like to such an insane degree that you're like, what the fuck is happening in this fight?
It's a big degree of controversy with the next expansion because they're killing a lot of mod support and trying to bring that into the core client, but they're not covering everything that people need because everything is so over-designed.
Yeah, that would be tough eventually because if they kill off certain things, even if it makes up sense for the balance of the current content, it might really do fucky things if you wanted to engage in any of the older content and stuff.
Right.
I feel like you just that's kind of like a Pandora's box you can't close again. You just can't get rid of
It's
mod
tough,
support.
yeah, and unless you redesign all the encounters.
Yeah,
and they don't want to redesign all the
it's
encounters. They famously just have a graveyard of content they never touch again throughout that whole game.
Yep. If it's at least an expansion old, you just walk through it.
There's so much of WoW that just does not have any functional point and is just dead content, and you can play through it for the curiosity of just getting the achievement of doing all the quests in the zone or whatever, but like it's usually illegible content. Like when you play an older expansion with all that, which includes all of its like post-release patch, like bonus daily quest zones that happen seasonally and so on, you get there and you're like, I can't even tell what order these zones happen in.
Mm-hmm. Because all the breadcrumbs quests to them appear at once.
Yeah. Genuinely confusing.
Big room. No.
Items unavailable. Don't die, Ka.
Screw that.
Whoa.
I'm amused that I keep playing as like the least cosmetically compatible species in each game. Because in WoW I was playing as goblins, which is a race that no one cares about. As a little goblin rogue, I like my little gremlin monster, but like every single transmog looked like such garbage on him. Like none of them, half of them were just glitched out. Like they'd do something really fucky with the geometry and freak out with your animation or something. Because they just weren't even play tested correctly for that character model. At some point, it was embarrassing.
They got used as the basis for Volpera.
Yep, which are better. And Volpera have tails, which makes them superior to Worgen.
Indeed.
Although Worgen have the incredible trait of having a travel form where they just fucking run on all fours. Which
that
is
people can ride.
Yeah, and like that form is so good that it makes me sad that you unlock flying inevitably and can't use it anymore every expansion.
Or they just did the Final Fantasy thing where you can just run in the air.
Yeah, no, they should let you run in the air. I would absolutely do that.
That'd be sick.
I would absolutely run around into the sky as Worgen.
They are making more dungeons and raids where you can mount up between fights, but not fly. So there's at least some use case for ground mounts.
Give Worgen tails.
Yes, do it.
At least optionally,
I think it was
so
a
people
popular
that
mod for a while.
Yeah.
They announced that's the one mod that was bothering them. They're gonna finally bring it in.
they fucking they let orcs stand up, but didn't give Worgen tails. Do you know how fucking annoying that is? They give orcs a second posture option. You can have orcs that stand straight up. instead of being hunched, which I would never do because orcs look great hunched, but fucking Worgen don't get tails.
And now you can see what you're missing because they reworked gnolls to use the Worgen rig, and they have tails and they look great.
Did the new gnolls came out?
They're not playable, but they're
they're
all the
redesigned.
NPCs use that model now.
People definitely thought they were going to be playable.
I so wish. There is a gadget you can get that lets you see everyone as a gnoll, but that's as close as you get.
That's made for someone.
That's made for me.
Yep. That's up there with the mod where you just make everyone a Rothgar.
Oh, perfect.
I think I remember seeing a comparison thing where they made all the old gnolls the new gnolls, which led to weird outcomes of like Hogger looking fucking weird. Like just doesn't look like Hogger anymore.
He should get a custom. He's a big enough character.
Yeah.
I've stat with him in my
I think part of the struggle was that the new gnolls looked a little bit too much like furries. And the original gnolls had a specific look to them, but they were extremely low res because they're from 20 years ago. But like Hogger is so specific that he's like
you're all silenced.
Oh god. Hogger is like in the card game and stuff. Like he's like Hogger is like a specific design that has a bunch of like cross.
He was in Heroes of the Storm too, right?
Yeah, he's in Heroes of the Storm and Hearthstone, I think. There's that one person that has like the insane Hogger cosplay.
Oh, it's so cool.
Like there's so much iconography around specifics of what Hogger looked like that changing that is just like feels like a mistake. It's like whatever it's gonna be, it's gonna be a undoing Hogger just feels inherently like a downgrade. Whatever you do, he needs a unique personal HD remake outfit, but that means expecting Blizzard to work on vanilla WoW. They'd have to make a new custom character model just for one NPC in Westfall. So then they'd rather.
All right.
So instead, they fuck up the legacy of that character, and that has a million references to him everywhere else. You sense the accursed horde. The beacon of return begins to glow.
Accursed horde?
It said that the accursed horde beckons to me. I don't know if I know the logic of how that works.
You have to like stand. That's the beam that you stand still on, and then treasure chest appears.
Means it's somewhere on this floor.
So just go start
over here.
Nice.
Nope, new bird.
I'll get you.
There's a part of the song that's very Metal Gear.
Dun 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 dun.
Yes, exactly.
Just like that. How did you know?
That's the one Metal Gear noise. I've been getting really fucked up by the Claire Obscure soundtrack because it has a lot of songs that sound like other songs. Including, of all things, one of the songs that plays in one of the main story zones sounds like Dummy from Undertale.
Dun, 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 dun.
I keep calling it out over and over again and being like, what the fuck?
No, I relied on that.
Not the auto heal. Won't somebody think of the auto heal?
That's a lot of guys. Break them all.
Nope, one spawned behind us.
No, group spawn. We stepped on a spawning trap.
Heavenly Yukai.
They all had vortexes, very disorienting.
Oh! The bombs. Why?
I've ended many solo runs of this place to a fucking treasure chest bomb.
No.
They're awful, genuinely. I think Astrologan was the only time I managed to be a solo healer and beat the tower by myself.
I think I normally
even
did it
still,
as
it was
Red Mage, because Red Mage is high DPS with a self-heal between fights.
Healing yourself through a tower sounds like torture.
Yeah. That's why Astrologan's nice, because then your little fairy's healing you.
The things that MMOs do to people.
It's Scholar.
Or Scholar, sorry, thank you.
Paladin
Been so long,
can
I
also
forgot.
self-heal pretty well. But it's not
Yeah, but
really
Paladin's a
much
tank, so it
DPS.
takes forever.
Yeah, you're right.
Forever.
Forever. Oh, he's naked.
He's even more naked.
Large man?
We can nuke the boss with the summons?
Let's try it.
How do you do that?
All right.
Oh, yeah, the summons each do a third of his health.
Damn.
They're the row below the items.
Brup.
Whoa!
He's like, whoa, another naked man.
Got him. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you try to have a boss fight with mechanics?
Nah.
Not on my watch, you didn't.
Hiroko slain. Whoever that was.
No.
Some guy.
Whoever that was.
Some asshole.
He was just
dead.
a little guy.
Hero. Full glad am I to see you return safe and well. As for your report on creature activity inside the tower, we shan't be needing it. That you reached the 30th floor and vanquished the one known as Hiroko is all the results we require. Yes, that talk of investigations was something of a false pretext. Perhaps the time has come to share the truth. If you wait for me at the rocky outcrop south of Quickscape Pier, I shall explain all. It's over already? I feel
Looks
like these.
the next one is also only 30.
I feel like these towers might have like the tiniest, most bare bones, who gives a shit story as possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Out of like all of
they're
Final
just-
Fantasy 14.
It's literally like a grind distraction in between that you're supposed to do in between like a
Yeah, just they usually write
Expansion.
things.
yeah. Well, no, because
Yes.
people weren't reading them; they were just still skipping them.
Yeah, but they still write stories for all the raids and dungeons and so on. Are you here, Andrew?
Yeah. There you are, hero. Now that you have triumphed over Hiroko, we can finally end this charade. For my part, you have my deepest apologies.
Nay, there's no need for that. Rasha was only acting in accordance with my instructions that my fabrications might secure your cooperation. Know that I have only been masquerading as a Confederate. In truth, I am a member of the Oni Shishu.
Huh?
Ours is a sacred brotherhood which has endured for millennia. That we may safeguard our knowledge, we side with no nation and strive to remain neutral in political affairs. Accordingly, we are wary of placing our trust in those with whom we have yet to establish rapport.
In that respect, the Onishushu have something in common with the Confederacy.
You have the right there, Rasho. Though I must say, you are not likely to find Onishushu members demanding tribute from seafarers or crossing swords with Imperials. In all fairness, I should like to think we all serve the realm on our own way. For our part, my organization seeks the lost knowledge of the Allagans, that it may benefit the peoples of the modern world. The creation and maintenance of the Aethernets is one such example. Though my duties are many and varied, keeping watch over heaven on high is among the most important. Very few people know this, but this tower was built as a training ground thousands of years ago by the founding members of the Onishishu. They foresaw that a great calamity would befall this star, and in preparation sought to instruct warriors in warcraft.
I don't think it worked. When the planet was fighting off God, they didn't show up or anything, so that's cool. To keep the island free of intruders, tales of holy this and sacred that were spread throughout the Ruby Sea. Only the truly fearless would dare approach. The founder of the Confederacy was one such brave soul. He reached the 13th floor of Heaven on High and triumphed over its guardian, but found that he could go no farther. Abandoning his quest for the tower, he decided to become a protector of the Ruby Sea. Every Confederate leader since has used the 13th floor as the yardstick by which we measure ourselves. And, like him, we aid the Onishushu in their search for would-be heroes.
The higher-ups of your organization have always been our staunchest supporters, allowing us to go about our work while we ostensibly serve as members of the crew. Imagine our delight when you suggested the Warrior of Light himself as a candidate to challenge the tower. Yes, like Rasho and the pirate captains before him, you bested Hiroko. He looked into your soul and found you worthy. Were you found wanting? Well, I am sure you can guess the fate of those who do not pass muster. Yet his is a tragic tale, for one of our revered predecessors made the ultimate sacrifice so that Hiroko might be given life. But rather than listen to my account, perhaps you had best see yourself. Please, make your way to the 10,000-year pine. Though it may appear to be much like any other pine tree, it is far from ordinary. It stands to the northwest of the tower. It's not normal and ordinary, it's old. Tremble before his might.
The tree's just like, kill me!
Why am I still here?
Use me for a house or something.
Million years.
We did it.
I feel like I'm kind of scared of what trees say.
Please.
You think they're plotting?
Against you?
Not very effectively.
Oh, we don't know that. There are trees around here for like thousands of years. They may be like fucking 99% of their world domination plan, and we just don't know it yet because we're idiots who only live for a measly like. Yeah, what the hell? They're on the whole planet. They're on every continent. You can't trust a tree.
Sci-fi pine? What the fuck?
Auxiliary protocol system activated. Verifying access permission. Security clearance for floor 31 confirmed. Initiating archive footage projection.
Who wants to be the scholar?
Hiroko's incubation period is almost over. All that remains is to add the final ingredient. Why does the entire story of this dungeon happen after you're done with it? But Master, must you go through with this? I have lived more than long enough.
Oh, wait. Does Ka not have access to the...
He doesn't have this quest, no. He's not here.
Oh, fuck. I'm so sorry. I keep waiting for Ka to take a character. I don't want to, like, take one from him. And then
I can't even
I'm like,
see
dang.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, he really doesn't want to do any of these. Okay. Okay, sorry. I didn't understand that context.
Okay, I'm running circles around you as emotional support.
Okay. I have lived more than long enough. Perhaps this way I can finally make myself useful.
How can you say that? The Onishishu gave all of us a purpose. We would be nothing without you.
My bones break as I smile. Oh, did I bless you with all your intellectual curiosity? You drive and ambition? Come, I but brought you together. A minor achievement compared to those of my dearly departed friends. They gave their lives that the world might be spared Alec's fate. Though my sacrifice pales in comparison, I should be glad to be of service. Save your words. I will not be swayed.
You were never one to change your mind. Then I can do naught but pray you find some measure of peace beyond this life.
Our fleeting existences may seem inconsequential in the grand scheme of things, but with them we lay the foundations upon which those who come after may build something greater.
I will forever treasure your words, Master.
Finally, God, go away, please. You are the master now. Take care of our brothers and sisters.
Until we meet again. Until our souls are reunited.
Not even a vote. He just gets to pick. He's like, you. Ah, lovely thought. To see all who hold dear once more. Or who all I hold dear once more. Those I leave behind. And those who have left me behind. Princess Selena, Desh. If you are watching over me, know this. The Onishishu will continue your legacy. As for me, I have my own duties to perform. I hope I will not keep you waiting for too long.
That's exactly what he sounds like.
Uh-huh.
Ah! It's upsetting.
Beep.
Terminating archive footage protection. Auxiliary protocol system returning to standby mode.
Who made the tree, though? Is the tree Allegan technology?
No one knows.
Oh, okay.
Is what I say when I don't learn the lore.
Bahamut.
And so now we just go back, turn in the final part of the quest, I guess. Why did we need to go and watch that tree? Just to watch a guy turn into a monster that we killed in like 3 rock throws on the ground?
So, what'd you think? Pretty cool, huh? Definitely fully engaged and psyched out, right? The millennia that have
We
passed
killed
since
an
the
old
recording
man?
have not aged our founder one bit. Ah, the wonders of ancient technology. A pity it's only projection, though. Hiroko is also looking rather well for his age. Of course, that can be attributed to the automated systems that revive him after every defeat. Provided that the machinery is carefully maintained, Hiroko should continue to function as judge, and in most cases, executioner of those who would climb the tower. That is, until the trials of heaven on high are no longer necessary. Which reminds me, as you will have no doubt noticed, the tower has more than 30 floors you have visited. More than the 30 floors you visited. Many more, in fact. Of course, even as things stand, you will be forever counted among the finest warriors the world has ever known. None would think less of you. None would think any less of you were that to be your final foray into heaven on high. And yet, I sense a yearning within you for ever greater challenges, ever stronger opponents. Such a desire is not a thing to be feared. It is to be embraced. Yes, the tower calls to you, my friend. And my Onishishu brethren shall be waiting for you. Until next time. Like, comment, subscribe. Apex now accessible. You can go so high, bro. We did it! Yeah! Isn't this an anime?
What?
This tower, isn't there an anime that's basically about this?
Tower of God?
The one where everyone's stuck in a tower, they're stuck in a video game and they have to climb 100 floors of a tower, and if they die in the video game, they die for real.
Sword Art Online.
Oh.
Oh.
That's what that one
Sorry,
is?
I was getting donuts.
Okay.
I knew what you were
Place in
saying,
a
but I was...
tower.
Yeah. I never
Because
watched
it's
Sword
the
Art
ending
Online.
takes place in the
video
tower.
game. It's effectively video game levels, but
Yeah. I never watched
Oh,
Sword Art Online
yeah.
because everybody said it was bad.
yes, correct.
It
is very well
is,
animated,
yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Very high effort.